Today we're making a super sparkly ring inspired by Mardi Gras. So Fat Tuesday is right around the corner. Cheers. Get ready for Mardi Gras. We're gonna make some Mardi Gras inspired rings out of really sparkly beads. The tools and supplies you're gonna need are a ring mandrel, so you can size your ring to your finger. You're gonna need a crimp tool. The Omtaro is my favorite. You're gonna need your crimps. You're gonna need 3 if you're doing a 3-stranded ring. You're gonna need your spacer. This has 3 holes in it so that you can make a 3-row ring. You're gonna need your bead stringing wire. That's what you're gonna use to crimp your ring together. You're gonna obviously need your sparkly beads because it's a party. You gotta have your sparkle. And then you need your cutter. Okay, so I've gone ahead and started my ring, and I've taken the bead stringing wire and cut 3 pieces. So there's 1, there's 2, and then this is my 3rd one. And I've gone ahead and strung 12 beads onto my bead stringing wire, and then I've added my spacer bead, and then I've added 12 more beads. So I've already gone ahead and done 2 rows. So now I'm on to my 3rd row. I've strung 12 beads, and then I'm going to put that bead stringing wire through that last hole on that spacer bead and pull that up to the spacer bead. And if you're wondering what that spacer bead looks like from the side, that's what it looks like. So now I'm just gonna put a bead stopper on the end of my piece so I don't lose all those little beads that took me forever to string on. And then now I'm gonna come over to the side and add 12 more. Just a little tip when you're stringing small beads, if you take it straight from the strand it's on and you hold your fingers right up against those and take it off, then all the holes will be pointing the same way, so it's easier to string them back on. Okay, so now that I have all 3 done, you're gonna have, if you wanna look at this one more time, there's 12 beads on one side, and then you're gonna put that strand through your spacer bead, and then you're gonna add 12 more beads on the other side, 3 rows of that. And then now what you're gonna do is you're gonna take that first strand or row, and you're gonna get a crimp bead, and you're gonna take one side of that and you're gonna go through your crimp bead, and you're gonna take the opposite side and go back through that crimp bead. I'll show you in just a second. So it should look like this. And then you're gonna pull that all the way down until you get to the end. You're gonna take your crimper and you're gonna come in there and push down. And then I go back in and kind of push that crimp tube flat so it looks like that. And then you're just gonna cut off the tails. Make sure you get really close to that crimp bead. And you've got 1 row done, and you're gonna do that to the next 2. Okay, so I'm on my 2nd row, added a crimp tube to one side, and now I'm going to take the opposite side and run it through that crimp and pull all the way down. And then you're gonna take your crimper, you're gonna come in and crimp. And then I like to go back in and push that crimp where it goes flat. Boom. And then you're gonna come in and get as close as you can to that crimp tube and cut the little tails off. So now you have your 2nd row done. And now on to the last And this is so, so easy. Anybody can do this. If you can crimp and string beads, then you can make an awesome little ring. And I forgot to mention that when you're doing this, I have already sized mine to be a 9. But what you would do is take your ring manual right here and go in when you have your strand not crimped, and you're going to pull down on that until you get to what size you want. And then that's where you would know what size, because if you need to add more beads to make it a 10 or less beads to make it a 7, this will be where you size your ring. But I've already sized mine to be a 9, so I know exactly how big it's going to be. So now we're doing our last final crimp. Coming in, crimping down. Coming back in, and I'm just going to close that crimp up so it's even smaller. And then cutting the tail off. And now you have your cute little ring. Cute. So if you want to make just a single band, it's the same technique. You're just going to string all your beads on to your bead stringing wire. And then just like we did the other one, you're going to take that piece, say this is your strand. Once you're done, you're going to take that crimp tube and put either side into it and then pull it down. Pull it down. And then crimp it. Right there, you see that little gold piece? That's a crimp. So super, super easy. So in the middle of mine, I've just used some more spacer beads. So you can embellish your ring however you want to. All that I'm trying to show you is the way to finish it, because it's the easiest way to make a ring, honestly. Let's go over the tools you're gonna need one more time. This is a ring mandrel, so you can size your ring. You're gonna need a cutter to cut your bead stringing wire. You're gonna need a crimper to crimp your crimps at the end of your ring. You're gonna need a little spacer bead if you wanna make a 3-row ring. You're gonna need your sparkly beads for your party, Mardi Gras inspired. You're gonna need your bead stringing wire. And if you have your bead stoppers, these are a game changer. You're also gonna need your crimp beads, because this is what's gonna end your ring in the back. If you like any of the supplies I used today, check out the links below. What are you doing for Mardi Gras? Let us know in the comments. Like, subscribe, and ring that bell. And now that you know how to make a sparkly Mardi Gras inspired ring, you can say, I made this.